Welcome to the Sports World 1869, a world so large you're a part of it whether you know it or not. Let's discuss another week in another edition of the Week of Review. Let's get started.
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
This was not the most exciting week. However, there are some interesting things to note. First off, the Mariners, in an attempt to boost their offense, traded for Mark Trumbo of the Arizona Diamondbacks, giving them Wellington Castillo, who's now a journeyman. He used to be a lifetime Cub. Now he's going to be a lifetime journeyman. And they gave a few other players as well. I don't know what the Mariners are thinking with this acquisition. They're kind of in a lot of trouble right now. It's not just hitting, it's also pitching. It's also the fact that the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers just seem unbeatable right now, as they were in this week. For example, the Rangers, they won 5 in a row, and they were really dominant. The Astros were doing pretty well until, of course, they ran into the Blue Jays. And as of today, they were swept, but before that, they lost 2 in a row, so they weren't doing as well. But the Mariners are facing a lot of hefty competition, and they cannot even defeat the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, or as they're called, the Rays. So if you can't beat the Rays, I think the season might be over. I think trading for Trumbo was a mistake, although according to Baseball America, the prospects they gave up were not worth it. However, it is something to note the fact that the Mariners are getting very desperate in trading for Mark Trumbo. And something that bothers me about the trade personally is the fact that Mark Trumbo is an outfielder in the right field, but he's not particularly a good outfielder. And what bothers me, they already have Nelson Cruz out there as well. So how are they going to accommodate Nelson Cruz and Trumbo, two guys who really have no business in the outfield and should probably be first base or DH, and you can't put them both in those situations. So I don't know what they were thinking by acquiring him in the first place. And while I like Trumbo a lot, I think the Diamondbacks should have kept him. They might have done more. They also gave up Vidal Nuno. Who? Vidal Nuno to the Mariners as well, because he needs some pitching depth. In my opinion, the Mariners should have went after Chris Young, but instead they picked up J.A. Happ. Morons, anyone? And since Cano isn't doing anything, you know this team's not going anywhere, so I find that very amusing. The Tigers also had issues this week. They've lost 8 in a row. They finally broke that, but they lost a lot of games in a row. They're not doing as well. And the Twins and the Royals are still rising up, while the Tigers continue to fall, and the Indians are kind of where they were last time. They haven't changed too much. And the Cardinals never seem to lose a game. In fact, when you see the Cardinals losing, it's a rare sight. They're leading their own division by 7 games. No one's running away with anything except for the Cardinals. This does not surprise me. In fact, the Pirates doing as well does not surprise me as well. Now it is time for the awards of the week. The first award we always give out is the top starter of the week. And the nominees are Mark Buehrle, Carlos Martinez, Jesse Chavez, Adam Warren, Jason Hamill, can't believe I just said that, Clayton Kershaw, and Jacob deGrom. I'm giving it to Mark Buehrle, who went the distance against the Washington Nationals, I might add. A team that clearly wants to win the World Series and is playing like it, and he shut them out on 96 pitches. So not only did he beat them, he didn't use too much effort as well. Another guy who threw a shutout this week was Chichi Gonzalez, although I thought his name was Alex Gonzalez. Regardless, though, that was also very impressive, but Buehrle is the man, and I especially wanted to give it to him because lately he's been struggling. I think he's figuring it out, and that is excellent for the Blue Jays. Worst starter of the week, the nominees are Roberto Hernandez, Jeff Locke, Archie Bradley, Chase Anderson, Kyle Kendrick, Jeff Samardzija, Nick Martinez. You know something odd about all these names. Most of them are from the NL West, which should tell you that that's probably the reason why they're not doing so well, because the pitching has not been there. I'm giving it to Jeff Locke, although Jeff Samardzija is equally as bad. That guy doesn't seem to have any consistency in his pitching, but neither did Jeff Locke, who gave up too many runs. Samardzija did as well against the Rangers. Both guys equally stunk, And arguably, if this was for both leagues individually, they were the two worst pitchers of this week. Best relievers of the week, the nominees are Trevor Rosenthal, Kenley Jansen, Koji Urahara, Mark Melancon, and Zach Britton. I'm giving it to Trevor Rosenthal. Not only did he lead the amount of saves this week with 4, but he continues to be a dominant force in the back end of the Cardinals' bullpen, and the reason why they keep winning games, and why when you hear they've lost a game, you're kind of surprised because it's a rarity nowadays in baseball. But Trevor Rosenthal is definitely the best reliever/closer of the week. Worst relievers/closer of the week, the nominees are Aroldis Chapman. I can't believe I just said that, but it is in fact the case. J.C. Ramirez, Santiago Casilla, Rafael Betancourt, and Jumbo Diaz. I'm giving it to Santiago Casilla, mostly due to disappointment. He has an ERA of this week that was like 10, and that's not acceptable from the man who has won this award many weeks. And in my opinion, he can do a lot better. The rest of these guys, well, not so much Chapman, but the rest of these guys have been bad consistently, so I'm not expecting much. But Casilla, not acceptable. Therefore, he is the worst reliever/closer of the week. Best hitters of this week. The nominees are Xander Bogaerts, Brandon Phillips, Kevin Pillar, Freddie Freeman, Brett Lawrie, Joc Pederson, Michael Franco, and Mark Teixeira. And I'm giving it to Michael Franco. This is a rookie who homered in consecutive games. He continues to be driving in runs for this Philly team, which obviously is not going anywhere, but this guy's been a nice little light in the tunnel. It's a very long and dark tunnel, but nonetheless, he is still a light in that tunnel, and he's been very impressive so far. He wasn't really on my radar when it came to top rookie, so I was very impressed with him. I could easily give it to Joc Pederson, but if you look at Joc Pederson's statistics in the minors, they were mind-blowing. And actually sort of Michael Franco's, but everyone was talking about Joc Pederson and, of course, Chris Bryant and players like that. So when it came to someone like Michael Franco, he just seems to surprise me every single game. And he also seems to be very consistent in hitting home runs and helping his team win. And this week was no exception, especially the way he kept walking off against the Cincinnati Reds. Of course, it's the Reds, but still, he definitely is the best hitter of the week. Worst hitters of the week, the nominees are Ryan Zimmerman, Avisail Garcia, Mark Trumbo. Good thing the Mariners traded for him when he's having a cold streak. But hey, logic is as logic does. Melky Cabrera, Robinson Cano, and Ben Zobrist. I'm giving it to Robinson Cano for one simple, and I should think would be an obvious reason. He is being paid for 10 years, $210 million, and you think he could play a little better? Sorry, I guess not. I guess the expression doesn't apply here, which is, I bet if I paid these players money, they would play better. Well, we are paying them money, and they're not playing better, so obviously something's wrong here. Cano is being very bad because his bad performance is killing his team right now. They literally picked him up to boost this team's offense and chances to go to the playoffs, and frankly, that's not going to happen. The last award I want to give out is the best home run of the week, and we got a few candidates. First off, Joey Gallo's first home run that he hit, which was very impressive, a 2-run jack. It was a monster shot. Any of Joc Pederson's home runs, he went on a 5-game home run hitting streak. Donaldson hit a walk-off home run against the White Sox. Martin Maldonado hit a 17-inning ending home run. Michael Franco hit a home run against the Reds. You have so many to choose from. I'm picking Joey Gallo because I like that guy, and I think if he continues to be on the Rangers, even for the next few weeks, because Adrian Beltre hurt his finger, which is rare, by the way, because Adrian's rarely on the injury list. But because he is, though, Gallo is up there hitting and smacking, and I think he's going to help this team go a long way. He's still learning, though, but he's a very, very good hitter and definitely the best home run of the week. So this concludes this edition of the Week of Review. If you liked the video, please throw some heat at the like button. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment below and share your thoughts with the entire world of sports. Once again, thanks for watching and have a great